Welcome today to Tatiana Shukuroglou, who went from a business administration degree to interior design, to helping children with life skills, to a NLP accreditation, and then a diploma in RTT. Now, RTT stands for Rapid Transformation Therapy. I think we all want the rapid part, and that is what we shall be looking at in this episode. But first, Tatiana, let us set the scene. Can you start with sharing a little bit about who you are, what you do, but more importantly, what brought you to be doing this?
Okay, yeah, let me start with my name because we were talking about my name. My name is actually, although I'm Greek, and my grandfather he was a Greek refugee from Asia Minor. It's now Turkey. He was Greek, and the names finishing with Oglu means the son of. So their name came of the son of Shukur, and Shukur means thankfulness. So he's the son of thankfulness. And that was my grandfather who came to Cyprus as a refugee in the 1920s. And that's how I got my surname. That's my father's surname. And my mother is Danish. My parents met in Switzerland when they went for their studies. So I'm half Danish, half Cypriot, but my half Cypriot is it's a quarter Asia Minor. Anyway, so I'm a mixture.
Fascinating. And you live in Cyprus, right?
I was born and live in Cyprus all my life. I'm 58, I have 2 grown-up boys, and okay, so the transition from business administration to where I am now, I had to decide what to study when I finished high school, 18 years old, and I thought that the only thing I could do back then was business administration because my father had a business, a good business, so I studied business administration, and I finished, I came back. I didn't really enjoy that part. I wanted to do something on my own, which I did. Again, it didn't really work out. But then going through different businesses, I understood I had an inclination and a talent in design. So I studied interior design in Cyprus, and I worked for a few years. No, I'm still working. I get projects here and there if somebody finds out about me. I don't really advertise it. And then I was still, not feeling fulfilled. There was something I wanted to do. So I was watching this program on TV. A man was interviewed. He was wearing all black and his beard. Here in Cyprus, when somebody's mourning, the men leave the beard. So he was talking about his son, his 14-year-old son, who had committed suicide because he was bullied about something he did, and he couldn't come out and say to his father, I did this and they're bullying me now. He had to pay some money or whatever. And because he couldn't take it, he committed suicide, the 14-year-old. And I was so devastated. I mean, I can remember the face of the father. And I said, why are kids like this? First of all, why are they bullying? And then how come kids cannot stand up and talk to the parents, ask for help? So I said, okay, maybe this is something that I want to do. And I found a really great program from the United States. I got trained, and also I imported the program in Cyprus, and we started having teams of children. And it has to do with life skills, acceptance, self-esteem, and being, And then going through that, I understood that us grown-ups needed as well. I was still feeling that bug inside me, that, okay, what am I doing for me? What am I doing? So I started taking more courses in self-development. I found NLP, which is the neuro-linguistic programming, which has to do with your thoughts. Because definitely, there's no doubt, whatever you're feeling inside comes from the thoughts, from your thoughts, from all the words that you're saying. And of course, what you're feeling inside you get your reactions and actions, and of course your results. So if you see your results are not the ones you want, you go back and say, okay, what am I thinking all day? But when I was going through and finished my certification in NLP, I found out about Marisa Peer and her program, the RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy, which has also NLP. It's a hybrid between NLP, cognitive behavioral therapy, and psychotherapy. She combined it, and she created this program, and there's thousands and thousands of people who are getting trained.
Right, so I mean,
yes.
we're going to go into that in a minute, but I love your story, you know, Tatiana, that's a very powerful story. I think it's very representative of our generation in particular, you know, that we start doing what's expected of us or what's easy, and we don't know.
Yes.
I remember very well at 18, not having a clue what I
Yes.
wanted to study. And
But
what made it,
nobody should. Yeah,
no,
nobody
it's far
should.
too early. And I had this extra
Mm.
pressure that I was in a tiny little school and I was quite a character. So everybody had all these high expectations of what on earth I was going to do. And that made it so much worse. I didn't have an idea. I liked everything. And I ended up basically taking 1 year out, then 2 years out, then 3 years out. And then thinking, okay, good girl, get yourself together. So then I did go back and do exactly what my parents had said. You know, why don't you do modern languages and business studies? We're talking about right at the beginning of the 90s. This was Europe was coming and all of that. But it makes so much sense what you're saying. And then that you took the wisdom to listen to what you liked doing and did the interior design. And then you recognized the mission in that program that you saw. And instead of just feeling devastated for the father and the incredibility of a 14-year-old actually committing suicide, you actually decided to do something about it, right? To help those people, which brought you on to NLP and to RTT. So we are going to talk about RTT here. We've called the episode, What is it and what can it do for me? And I must admit, I'm curious too, because I don't know much about RTT. I'm also NLP certified, but I don't know much about RTT. So that's right. So explain in simple words what it is.
Okay, so what RTT does, you just go to the root to find out what's causing your block or your problem, or you want to do something. Okay, so consciously, yeah, I want to get rid of 5 kilos, 10 kilos. Or consciously, I want to be able to go out and have fun with friends, not to stay home and feeling, I want to do this. Consciously, you want this. But there's something in your subconscious, a bug or I don't know, a thorn or something that's stopping you from actually taking the steps and realizing it and succeeding in what it is that you want to do, from the smallest or the biggest thing. There's something in your subconscious that was embedded. It created like a stamp from your very, very young age. I mean, so we have a subconscious mind that starts forming from zero age, from when you're in your mom's womb, and until you're 7, your subconscious mind is just there with no protection from your conscious logical mind. So whatever you see, hear, feel, touch, all these 5 senses, everything goes in your subconscious.
Right.
After 7 years old, you start to have the logical mind and say, okay, yeah, maybe he said that, but he didn't mean that. But when you're younger than that, maybe your mom said something. So let's say, for example, you're 5 years old, your mom comes home from work and she's always tired. So you decide to do something for her to make her, to surprise it. But you mess things up. And she's so tired. She says, oh, what a stupid girl you are. You just made a mess, So the girl, the 5-year-old girl, who doesn't have the logical mind then to say, oh, she doesn't really mean it. My mom loves me. She's just tired. No, she doesn't have that logical mind. So right then, this stamp goes in the subconscious mind and it says, you are incompetent. You are incompetent. Never mind about taking, not responsibility. When you have an idea and you want to take
impulsive or take action or be
take action. Yeah, never do that.
Don't do it ever again. Yeah.
Don't do it anyway. So this girl grows up. So she's of course now logical, and she knows she can take things and she can do different things and projects, but that bug is still there,
right,
holding her, and she keeps messing things up. She starts things and then suddenly, I don't know, she stops or she procrastinates or whatever. So what we do with RTT, we go straight through hypnosis, of course,
through hypnosis.
To find yes, but I'll tell you what hypnosis is. Hypnosis is nothing dangerous or scary. It's not like
no, okay, but I was just my logical brain was thinking, okay, but yes, but I get all of that, but we all want it to go fast. How come lots of the other therapies are not fast at all?
So we go there to different scenes. Of course, the therapist, me, I have to guide the client with the right questions. So before the full session, we talk about everything and what the problem is, what's going on. So I give the right questions to my client. So because she or he, they are relaxed, we go straight to the subconscious mind and we ask the questions. When? What happened? When was the incident? So they come with different scenes that have to do with the questions that I put, that have to do with the original problem that they came for us. So we take the scenes and say, so this happened to you. So you made this decision, you made this belief. So during hypnosis, again, because it's in the subconscious mind, we change the interpretation that was given by the little girl back then.
You change it in the hypnosis.
Yes, we change it. When we go to different, not just one scene, we change it, and then we reinterpret everything. Yes. At the end of the session, I give them a very nice new transformation recording. I mean, we do it then with them. It's like for them especially. And on the recording, everything is on the positive and the new self.
So they're aware of nothing. They're aware of nothing that's happening under hypnosis, as in their conscious brain is not thinking along.
Exactly. The conscious brain is what? Is the one that's totally thinking, and resistant. Also thinking what I have to do today. We're putting that on a slow mode so we can connect with the subconscious mind, where all the memories and all the sentiment and everything is in the subconscious mind.
Okay, but so tell me a bit more about hypnosis. I'm listening to this and it sounds like a dream, right? Because we don't understand that 95% of us, which is in the subconscious. It takes a huge amount of work to try and understand why, how. I mean, as they say, you know, what happened in the first 7 years of our life, it takes us a lifetime to undo. But of course, a lot of us, and I am just being the devil's advocate a bit here, the idea of hypnosis and the idea of people being able to change things, you know, within our wiring without us being aware of it. Of course, there is a bit of a fear element. What else you could put in there? You might say, go out and buy this and this because it's the product. No, you wouldn't, but you know what I mean?
I wouldn't, and I couldn't, because you're not asleep. You're just really relaxed, and you can always open your eyes and say, you know what, I need to go to the toilet, or you know, everything that's going on around you. You can feel also if I touch you.
Okay, so you're not gone.
So it just no, just relax. It's totally relaxed, and so you're 100% in control of yourself. You can just open your eyes and say, you know, I don't like this, I can stop. So it's just the complete relaxation. That's it.
So then when the session is over, you give them then their recording, and then they hear what they've said, because they're probably not really aware when they come out of this.
The recording is just after we finish, and it's only my voice. It's my voice, and it's like a 15-minute recording that it's my voice giving the new transformation, the new beliefs, the new decisions for your life, you know. So, and I'm not repeating what happened, the negative things. The new recording is all the new you, your new life, how your life looks like. Of course, we also talk about this before. I mean, one of my questions is that, okay, let's say after the session, your original problem is gone. Everything is gone, and you wake up the next day and your life starts to be how you want it to be. Describe to me what your day looks like. So I also get from them some information what to put in the recording. And so it's all the new you, your new life, your new thoughts, your transformation.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's interpretations of things, isn't it?
Yes. And this it's around 15 minutes, no more. I want them to sign also that they are going to listen to it for at least 3 weeks, because the thing that you just, if you don't feed it with the new thoughts and ideas, it might come back again. So
it's very useful. They've actually got something that all they need to do is listen to it every day to start building new neurological pathways. And
it's how we interpret things. So yesterday I had a session with a lady, not from Cyprus, so we had it through Zoom.
Oh, you do it through Zoom as well?
Yes. She believes that people don't want the best for her.
Yes, okay, they have. Yeah.
So we found different scenes and we changed them. But I also said to her, and I'm also saying to different people, is that it's up to you to decide how you're going to look at people. So before I started a session with her, I said to her, when I go out from my house, I know that people will like me. And she smiled. I'm not being arrogant. I know people will like me. Why not? I have a good smile and I have good intentions for everybody. Why shouldn't they not like me? If they don't like me, they can, go away from my space, because she's the one who thinks that everybody doesn't like her.
So it's a mindset thing already, right? It's a mindset. It's what you choose.
Yeah. Why? I mean, you and me are the same. I said, we were born with the same mind, the same inner power. It's just that yours was not nurtured like mine. You didn't have enough love or attention, but you have that inner power. And what we do also in the session is that she becomes the mother for her own little child. So during hypnosis, she says all the things that she wanted to hear. So now you be the mother of your child self, nurture it, and let that inner power that you were born with come out, because you just left it there unused. Let it come out. You have the same power as me, and it's up to you to decide that you go out and everybody likes me.
And our brains are very clever, aren't they? Because they're going to find proof of whatever we've decided. So if you've decided that nobody's going to like you, you're going to just imagine that look from that person means I hate what you're wearing.
Exactly.
Or, whereas it's probably not even thinking anything about you at all. So we do find it. But that's a beautiful way of looking at it. But so what sort of problems can people come to? What sort of issues? Anything?
Anything. I used to like to do weight loss, because weight loss, it's also something to do in the subconscious. And it's also something that happened from the past. So let's say I had a client who was elementary school, so maybe 10 years old, a girl. She already had formed a body, woman's body. And a man from the school who she really looked up to touched her in a not very nice way, and she felt it, and she felt so dirty, and she felt guilty of looking okay. If my body makes him touch me this way, my body shouldn't look this way.
It's my fault. So it's my body's fault.
Yeah. So that's a decision that was imprinted then. And even though as a grown-up, she knew that she could control anybody touching her, she kept on eating, even though her conscious mind and her body was begging her to, because this is where that's another illustration that I made for the weight loss. Your body is telling you, please get rid of some weight, because I have pain on my knees, I have pain on my... So the body, let's say it's one part. The conscious mind, your logical mind says, yeah, but I want to stop eating. I want to eat less. I want to eat less sweets to make you better, my body. So there's something in the middle between these two. The third part, that's the subconscious. There's things that pull you.
And that's the strongest part in a way, isn't it? Because it's been there for so long and it's buried so deep. It's hard to fight something that you can't see, right?
Yes. So I used to like, and I still like to do for weight loss, but because I don't have my own personal story to talk about, I was never overweight. It's different when I show you my before and the after. So it was not coming maybe strong enough from within to out. So now what I want to really, really do, which is something that comes from within, is helping parents our age and parents that have adult children, 18 and over, who have somehow lost track. The relationship is sour somewhere. There's like a wall between them. That happens so much. So I know what I'm saying, that I have my own personal story. As I told you, I have two sons, a 32-year-old son and a 25-year-old son. The 25-year-old son, and he allows me to say this story because he's a very great kid, empathetic and everything. So 3 years ago, he came to us and he said, I don't really want to live anymore. Actually, I hate my life. And the only reason why I don't take it, I mean, I never did anything, is that I love you so much that I don't want you to hurt you. So that's where I understood that, maybe I had something in front of me. I couldn't see it, So to cut a long story short, which this is not a story that should be cut short, but anyway, I want to help the parents first, is they have to clear their own hurts, their own wounds, their own traumas, or their unmet needs, in order to have a clear view towards your child. So again, because I always like to make these analogies, it's as if I have in front of me a very dirty window, the window between me and my child, and it's very dirty. And I take a cloth to clean it, but the cloth is dirty as well. So I'm trying to clean it, but it's becoming more and more dirty because the cloth that I'm showing you, it's my heart, it's my trauma. So if I don't clean this, cloth to clean the window, I won't be able to see them. Yeah.
What a beautiful analogy. And what you're saying is really touching me. And I am so grateful for you for this mission, because as a mother of 3 adult children, let's say, there are so many around us. And, you were talking about suicide. As far as I've understood, our society as a whole, overall, practically all countries, or at least let's say all westernized countries, the amount of suicide among young people has never been higher. You have Corona, but you also have the state of the world, all the social media, the way that we live in a digital world, the way that parents don't have enough time to really, they're doing the best they can as well. So I am so incredibly grateful that you have decided to make this your mission. And also I am grateful for the parents, because I think that with the best of wills, as we age, we do work more on ourselves, we do recognize things, but we still don't make a completely clean ship. Maybe our cloth is slightly cleaner, right, than it over the years, but there's still stuff left there. What you're saying is actually helping very much our generation, but also obviously the children that we're trying to reach out to be there for them, to be an anchor for them in this very chaotic, weird world we live in, and for future generations, because then that can be taught further on. I always ask for 3 tips, and we've covered a lot of ground because we've talked, about what it is, how it works. And I'm very grateful for that, because I have a much clearer understanding now of what it actually is and why it's rapid. Then what about if we take your theme, your dream, the one that you're now deciding to make your main thing for the moment, that this helping the parents clean their wounds so that they can be there for, in specifically their children, based on your experience. If you had 3 tips. Now, of course, my tip would then be go and see someone like you, right? Go straight there, But let's say if you were advising people in general, so these may be clients, but they might just be people thinking, okay, oh, she has a point.
So I'll give you 5 tips, actually, if I may. It's actually because my program is going to be called Trust, which is made up of a word TRUST, right? And each letter from the word trust means something. So T is talk to your inner self, find out the traumas, the unmet needs that you had as a child. So talk to your own child, right? So then the R is recognize and relate what these traumas, how they related to your today's reactions and actions toward your child. The U is understand and uncover all the meanings and the beliefs you gave back then. The S and support, self-belief and support, being able to support and to believe in yourself now as a grown-up, as a parent. And the T, the final T, is talk to your own adult child now with a clear heart.
That is so beautiful. Now, just one thing.
Thank you.
You say, I mean, that sounds wonderful. I mean, first of all, your choice of word trust, and then what you've made all those 5-step means, it just really makes sense to me. It's comprehensive. And I mean, I've been coaching for years, worked on the brain as well, but it really, really sounds and feels good. Just one thing for the audience, because of course, not everybody is where we are regarding coaching and all that. Very practical. Number 1, talk to your inner child. How do you talk to your inner child?
Okay, so I mean, if you don't have anybody to do hypnosis for you, there's so many self-meditation, listening to relaxing music, and just try to relax, breathe in, breathe out, listen to your breath, so you just stay in the moment and try to go as if you're going inside yourself, get away from whatever is going around you, and do this searching, these questions. And maybe if there was a trigger and you were angry at your child about something, I mean, and you go there and say, okay, where is this coming from?
What you need to choose a specific age, or do you just imagine a child of whatever age?
Yeah, no, yeah, you don't have to go to scenes. That's too complicated. Just ask yourself, where is this trigger coming from? What I get angry when my child does this and that. Where is it coming from? So where is it coming? And believe me, answers are coming. Answers are coming.
Yeah. So you relax completely and put yourself in an environment where you talk. So I would be talking to little Julie, asking her, oh, you know, what's the matter? What happened? What were you feeling? You know, and
like start from the day's feeling, the triggers, what you were mad. I mean, like with my son that I'm now feeling so happy is my youngest.
Yeah.
He's got the last part for his degree and he can't do it. But up to this moment, he also was struggling to get to this point. I mean, we was like really pushing them. Oh, a bit more, a bit more.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, this is my boy. He cannot get himself down to write the thesis. This is his own brain. Nobody has the same. And you know how much you learn, not just from our children, but from clients. So my other son, who is the total opposite, so disciplined like me, like a soldier. I am like this, but we're not the same. So my eldest son, even though up to now he was saying, but you have to, he said, you know what? Because he's the young one, he's the artistic one. He sings, he performs, he's absolutely artistic. And he said that why should we learned that everybody has to do math, everybody has to do statistics. If somebody told me that in order for me to finish my degree and my thesis, I had to stand and perform and sing like Philippos, he said, forget it, I wouldn't get my degree. So he's who he is. And I said, oh my God, you know, thank you for saying that, because he helped me as well.
Yes. It's when we get out of our own way, right? And of course, it's because we want the best for our children. I know exactly what you mean. Gosh knows that I pushed mine as well. And it was because we're scared, right? I mean, I wanted them to have chances in life. I wanted them to have opportunities, etc. But indeed, and until a certain moment when you sort of say, he's who he is. And wouldn't the world be boring if there were only bankers and lawyers and all of that?
Oh my God,
right?
we would be so boring. And two things I want to say with trust, and if I may say so, because I believe in God, in Jesus Christ. So for me, trust is also in God. I mean, it's not up to me anymore. Even if I press them and force them to do something and they're not happy, then what? Then what? So all I do is I love them and accept them and pray that God will guide them to do the right thing, because you know, if whatever they decide to do, not harming themselves, if they're not harming anybody else, and also if they're giving to society, then it's the best path.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Well, it's lovely for me personally to hear this, because we are on the same lane. That my New Year's resolution for this year, because of course I am also a coach. So it's very frustrating. You know, I want to fix things the whole time. I want to fix my children. And my daughter was a big wake-up call once when she was 20 or something. She said, look, you know, I understand. She said, but sometimes all I want is a mother, not a coach. I thought, ouch. Yes, I'm not always supportive. I'm supportive 2 seconds. And then I say, okay, you could try this. What about if you thought about it this way? What about that? And that is not love. And we need to trust also that, you know, we're talking about adult children here. And we need to also trust that they also know that they have their own path. And indeed, if they're not hurting either themselves or somebody else, we can't take their journey away from them. Maybe they try something and it's not what they want and they fall. Yes, well, just like when they were babies, we let them fall because we knew that that's how they were going to learn to walk. So it's having that trust, you know, in, as you said, whether God or a higher instance or just the goodness of life, or just the fact that our children, we've given them what we could for them to make their own best decisions. Right now, we're running towards the end, but I need to know, how can people get hold of you? What's your company called? What's your website? How can people reach you? Because it's wonderful to hear you're doing this online.
I have an Instagram under my name, Tatiana Shukuroglou, which
I will write it in the show notes, yes.
And I also have Facebook personal, and also a Facebook page called Take Care of Your Thoughts.
Oh, beautiful.
Take Care of Your
Well, that's
Thoughts.
an easy one
And
to
I also
remember.
have a website, which is Tatiana and Take Care of Your Thoughts, a website.
Perfect.
I'm starting my YouTube channel as well, but slowly and slowly I'm
Yay.
putting videos.
Good, it's good,
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah, I'm very glad I did finally start my YouTube channel, because that's what they call now, they're vlogs. So it's a mixture of YouTube and podcast, and it's very
Wow.
effective for people. So I'm just very grateful that you are here. I'm very grateful that you found your way to me, because that was very meaningful content on many areas. You know, we went way beyond just discovering what RTT can do for you. And I thank you for your mission. And I hope we stay in touch, because I would like to follow and I would like to help you promote this further, because I do believe that this is exactly what we, our children and future generations need right now.
Thank you so much, Lily. Thank you.
Take care. And the rest of you, speak to you again this time next week.